Alright, I've been listening to this woman, and they've been putting around this story. World Bank insider blows whistle on corruption. She even says that she's talking with foreign governments, people within our own country, and a group of whistleblowers, and they plan on, blowing open this scheme that's going on with the central banks and the Federal Reserve and stuff like that. And people say, like, well, what happens whenever you win? I mean, what happens with you conspiracy theorists? What are you trying to do? Well, you'll never know just how bad the slavery is until the moment it ends. Because when they open competition with the Fed, aka in the Fed, what they do is they say, okay, all of you businesses, you no longer need to pay any taxes. You no longer, and this is all because of the valuing the Federal Reserve note, you no longer need to pay any taxes. You no longer, in Federal Reserve notes, you no longer need to pay any damages in Federal Reserve notes. You no longer need to pay your employees in Federal Reserve notes. They basically, what they do is they completely devalue the Federal Reserve note, and then suddenly everybody's got all of these assets that they then trade as they deem fit. No longer are we valuing something that they're creating literally out of thin air to do what they want to do. Okay? It also means that suddenly the Federal Reserve note becomes worth nothing, and all of these operations, which are largely funded by the Federal Reserve note, will become nothing. And there will be a massive, it'll be so crazy, it'll be like literally all of the bad stuff that appears to be good because it's at the very top of society will literally sink to the bottom, and all of the stuff that's being pushed down will go straight to the top. It'll turn around, and it'll be a wonderful, wonderful time. But she does say things like, let's see, citing the wisdom of the Founding Fathers in creating a Federal Reserve system of government, a federal system of government with multiple layers of checks and balances. Hughes said she was confident that the network would eventually be exposed and subjected to the rule of law, stopping the secret corruption. If and when that happens, even if it may be disorderly, Hughes says precious metals will once again play a role in imposing discipline on the monetary system. The rule of law would also be restored, she said, and the public will demand a proper press to stay informed. We're going to have to clean up the financial system. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this basically has to happen. This has to happen. I mean, if it does sound legit, can't tell if it's an operation, could be, but if you ever see if they decentralize the economy, it will the world will literally change. I mean, we've had a massively controlled, centralized technological progress for the past 3 centuries. This will basically be the dissolving of the secret empire. And it will be good. It will literally be like, oh, you no longer have to pay for gas because we've got this new technology, and you can just go wherever you want, however you want. People will probably stop getting cancer. Probably all the cancers will be cured. People will be generally happy because there won't be constant barrage of psychological operations coming through the TV trying to make you feel like crap and bring you into neurological diseases through depression, etc. I mean, like, the world will literally become amazing. It will be like heaven as soon as this happens. As soon as these think tanks are no longer being funded with these Federal Reserve notes.